right, I'm going to borrow my son, Sam, is going to join us, and he's going to help us demo this. I'll show you what it looks like. So we're going to do a little rearrange here for a moment. All right. All right. So everyone say hi, Sam. And so Sam is a tantruming, melting down young person. And I have him in a seat so that he's about a kid's height. We're going to get down on the child's level really quickly. We're going to swoop in, and you're going to see, I'm actually going to use a little tactile input. I'm going to put my hands on him, on his hands for a minute. When I say my piece, you're upset, your only job is to calm down. Then I quickly release, and I'm going to back away back to here. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so you're tantruming. Okay. Okay, okay. Sam, you are upset. Your only job is to calm down. Okay, I'm going to be right here. Right. So he's there. You may, right. Now notice I come over here. So let's say I'm about like 10 feet away, and I am not going to stare him down and watch him continue to cry or melt down, because that's going to escalate him, right? Think of someone, a creature in the animal kingdom that feels threatened, its dino brain is taken over, and now something is staring at it, right? That eye contact, that boring down eye contact can escalate the child. So you can still keep an eye on the child with your peripheral vision. So I can look straight ahead this way, I'm looking over here. I can still see Sam, and I can just make sure that he's safe, that he's not doing anything dangerous. So you can sort of back off, and notice I'm staying low. I'm squatting down right now because I don't want to be coming in and towering over him. Sam, your only job is to calm down because we have this height differential. Notice I'm even out of the picture. And that height differential could still, again, it's his dino brain that's taken over. So it's not thinking, it's just thinking about protecting him. So if you come in tall and high, you might unwittingly make him think that you're a threat, even though you're not. So you come in quickly, you're set, you swoop in, maybe two hands on forearms. You're not grabbing because you're angry. Two hands in, just a little tactile pressure. You are angry, your only job is to calm down. Okay, I'm gonna be over here. So that tactile pressure on the arms sometimes helps to just sort of snap the child out of it just long enough to hear your very quick message. Your only job is to calm down, I'll be over here. Okay, and I've done this talk enough times to know that there are a lot of common questions from parents and caregivers, so I'm going to talk about a lot of the possible tweaks that we have to do and adjustments and all the things that can go wrong. So thank you, Sam. You can wave to the crowd. Everyone wave to Sam. Okay. Thanks, Sam, for that little role play. We are good. Okay. And so what you saw is just a way to quickly move in. Notice you're not doing the calming down. You're not stroking his back. You're not overworking, because sometimes that can backfire, A. And B, if you're doing all that back rubbing and all that, then the child doesn't think that he or she can calm down him or herself. They still feel like you are the safety blanket and you're the one calming them down. So it's really helpful for you to say, like, and you can do it. And you'll see, if you start to try this, you'll see that wave of energy rise, it always crashes, and then it recedes. And there's this moment when a child has completely moved through that whole tantrum energy wave, that suddenly their face will look like their usual face. All their facial muscles will sort of return to that relaxed state. Their voice will suddenly sound like themselves again, and they'll be like, what's for dinner? You know, like the child often, you know, might not even acknowledge that something just happened and they're kind of ready to move on. Now you might not be. So now I want to talk about some of the things that you need to do to make this effective, and also some of the other different situations that can make it tricky, extra tricky. One, watch out for your own emotions. We're all human, and we have something called mirror neurons. We pick up other people's rates and emotions. So if you're with someone who is raging and screaming, you'll find that your heartbeat starts to go up, and your dino brain actually might be activated a little bit because it can be threatening. So make sure that you are doing your own 7-11 breathing. You have to breathe. Absolutely, breathe during the entire thing. And what we found when I, at Camp Pegasus, I often have melting down children in front of me, with me. I'm helping them to de-escalate and calm down. And I'll be breathing, doing 7-11 breathing. And not only am I keeping myself calm, but I believe that my calming breathing is starting to slow them down, but non-verbally, right? And sort of subconsciously, so the child doesn't know it. I'm helping to pace them with my slow breathing. So that's one thing. Make sure that you're breathing during this. Second, remember that you have different feelings than your child. Often, we feel like when my child's upset, I'm upset. My day's not right either. But you might have been having a perfectly fine day before this tantrum. So you don't need to ruin your day or to be carried away with your mirror neurons and pick up their rate. So you can even say to yourself, this is something that you can say to create a healthy emotional boundary, which is you can say to yourself, wait, I was having a perfectly fine day. These are your feelings. Say that to yourself. Don't say that to your child. So, wait, my day was going fine. This is your deal, right? It's like Dirty Dancing. This is my dance space. This is your dance space. So you really want to create that emotional boundary so that you're not swept away in the moment. So you do that, and you're breathing, and you're keeping the child safe. Questions that usually come up from parents are, what if my child doesn't go to a calming down spot, right? If your child drops to the floor or just stands in place and tantrums, then you leave and create more distance. That's fine too. As long as you know that your child's safe and there's not going to be any destruction, you can say, I'll be over here, and you can be farther away. You can pick up a magazine. You can do something else that also provides a little more distance and acts like you're not staring at them as you're keeping things safe. Also, people ask, what if my child follows me, right? I'm trying to get some distance and my child's pursuing me, screaming, acting threatening. So really what we often talk about, and I've had feedback that this actually worked with several families, is you go to the bathroom, grab your cell phone, grab a magazine, something to occupy yourself, go in there and lock the door. And with that physical visual barrier, taking you out of the child's sight, sometimes they calm down faster if you are still one of the triggers, one of the things that keeps it going. And then you just outlast them, child calms down, and on the back end, your message to the child is, you did it. You calmed down. I knew you could do it. And if you use this regularly, and you're adding additional calming down structures that I'm going to tell you about, then all of a sudden you're moving from meltdown and this tantrum lasts forever to, wow, last time you calmed down in 33 minutes, today it took you 27. That's your record. You calmed down even faster this time. I wonder if you can beat your record next time. I noticed the language is you. You calm down. You did it. I knew you could. So that's the message to the child. You did it. You did it. And it's not you have to calm down now. Your anger is not okay. You're going to calm down as soon as you're able, right? Okay. Other problems that parents bring up. What if we're in public? Let's go back to the target situation. If you have your safety plan in place and you and the child worked out, okay, we're going to go to the car, but your child, starts to dig their heels in. One thing that parents can do is, if you take your child by the forearm, by the wrist, not by the hand where you can jerk their joints here. You don't want to yank any joints out of socket, but if you grab them by the forearm right? And then you just start walking. You hustle and be like, and you start to make a beeline. Your child's going to be like sort of hop skipping like this, hanging onto your hand. And you can, if you just get up a little head of steam, your child's pretty much going to go with you because you're moving, right? Once you get their feet moving. Now, in some cases, so this is just a way to have the child finish their meltdown, have that angry wave complete itself, maybe not in the middle of the world where it can be really embarrassing and shaming for the child. But again, if your child drops to the floor and is too big to move, then there is nothing to do. Then the two of you are there and you say, I'll be right here. Your only job is to calm down. I'll be right here. You just back off a little bit and you're just going to make sure that no one gets hurt and nothing gets broken. That's all we can do. There's no lecturing. If you start throwing out wild bribes, if you do this, I'll take you to Disney World. No, your child has all the power. And what does this teach the child? It teaches the child that if I tantrum, my parents or my caregivers are going to throw, all kinds of rewards at me. That is devastating for a child's development and self-control. So we do not want to reinforce it by throwing any kind of rewards at it. If you want to tie a reward system into this, the best way to do it is proactively. You say, like anytime you break your calming down record, that could be another star, So that's proactive, it's not reactive. Or just anytime that you calm down, that's a star. So you're rewarding the calming down, you're not rewarding the tantrum. If you do it that way, it's fine. It's how you language it. But if your child's in the throes of a tantrum and you're starting to throw escalating prizes, and then your child has you on a string and you're the yo-yo, they're playing you.